In MotoGP, the pressure to consistently excel is incredibly high, and for a reigning champion like Francesco Bagnaia, the challenge is even greater. This season, he and his Ducati team have faced a series of issues that have caused his performance to plummet, far from the dominance he displayed in previous seasons. This frustration is felt not only by Bagnaia, but also by the entire team, including Ducati's General Manager, Gigi Dall'Igna. After a complete failure at the San Marino MotoGP, where he failed to score a single point, tensions began to mount. This situation demonstrated how difficult it is to maintain winning momentum at the pinnacle of motorcycle racing, where every technical detail and a rider's mentality are crucial to the final outcome. Bagnaia's failure at Misano culminated in a series of poor performances this season. After only managing 13th in the sprint race, he then crashed during the main race, ending the weekend empty-handed. This was the second time Bagnaia has failed to score in a single race weekend, having also failed to score in the rain-hit French MotoGP. This difficulty contrasts sharply with his achievements last season, when he won 11 Grands Prix and established himself as a top rider. This drastic decline in performance raises many questions about what is really happening to the bike and the rider. Bagnaia himself couldn't hide his frustration. After the sprint race at Misano, he told the media that his patience was running out. "My effort was enormous. My head was strong. I won't lose confidence in my potential and that of my team," he said. These comments indicated he was under tremendous mental pressure. He felt he had given everything, but the results weren't commensurate. His words, "This can't happen, this can't happen," reflected a profound sense of helplessness and confusion. He felt he needed answers, a logical explanation for the nightmare he was experiencing. Bagnaia's frustrations were also previously expressed after the Austrian GP, where he demanded answers from Ducati regarding unexplained difficulties with the GP25. This tension was also evident in statements by team boss Davide Tardozzi, who advised Bagnaia to learn to overcome these problems. Bagnaia's demands for answers indicated that he felt something was wrong with the bike, while Tardozzi's comments suggested that part of the problem might also be related to Bagnaia's mental adaptation to difficult situations. This difference in perspective created internal tension within the Borgo Panigale team. Initially, Gigi Dall'Igna was more diplomatic in his response, stating that Bagnaia didn't feel the same connection with the GP25 as he did with the GP24. However, after hearing Bagnaia's latest comments, Dall'Igna's patience seems to have worn thin. In an interview, he frankly admitted, "I'm losing patience too, and so are Pecco's fans." This admission is significant because it shows that this issue is not just a technical challenge, but has also eroded trust and patience at the team management level. The final test of the season at Misano presents a golden opportunity for Ducati and Bagnaia to find solutions. This test allows non-concession teams to try out new updates outside of the pressure of a Grand Prix weekend. The previous preseason test at Aragon had already proven the importance of this opportunity, where Bagnaia's teammate, Marc Marquez, successfully found a setup that laid the foundation for his dominant mid-season performance. Marquez's success in that test gives hope that Bagnaia can also find a turning point at Misano. However, Dall'Igna cautioned against expecting miracles in a single day of testing. He stated, "Of course, you can't pull a rabbit out of the hat in one day of testing." His comments suggest that Bagnaia's problems are more complex than simple tweaks. Dall'Igna added that while the test is important, no fundamental solutions will emerge instantly. This suggests that the team recognizes that the necessary improvements may require more time and effort and cannot be resolved in just one day of testing. Overall, the current situation facing Bagnaia and Ducati mirrors the significant challenges champions often face at the peak of their careers. The sudden drop in performance, mounting frustration, and internal tensions demonstrate that winning and defending a championship are two very different things. The Misano test may not provide an immediate answer, but it will at least be a crucial first step on their road to recovery. Bagnaia's future in MotoGP depends on whether he and his team can find a solution to this nightmare and return to top form. Tensions in the Ducati garage were heightened after the San Marino MotoGP weekend, where the contrasting performances of Marc Marquez and Francesco Bagnaia were the focus of attention. While Marquez celebrated his sensational victory, Bagnaia suffered a bitter defeat, leaving him frustrated to the point of openly admitting he had lost patience. The irony was deepened by the fact that the two were expected to form an unstoppable, dominant partnership, combining the experience of 8-time world champion Marquez with the success of Bagnaia, who has been Ducati's most successful rider and MotoGP rider for the past 3 seasons. The situation demonstrated that on-track dominance is not always guaranteed, even for riders of their caliber, and that psychological factors and internal team dynamics play a crucial role. For Marc Marquez, Bagnaia's failure was something foreign yet understandable. Throughout his MotoGP career, Marquez was known as the alien who never lost to his teammates, a fact that made it difficult for him to fully relate to Bagnaia's impasse. However, he could understand his teammates' loss of confidence. Marquez himself experienced something similar after 4 disastrous seasons plagued by injuries from 2020 to 2022, followed by a crisis with Honda in 2023. There, he experienced how lost confidence can damage his performance, even at his favorite circuit, the Sachsenring, where he even showed signs of giving up before a race. This loss of confidence, according to Marquez, is Bagnaia's current core problem. He compared Bagnaia's failure to shine at circuits where he had previously consistently won, such as the Spanish GP, Italian GP, Dutch GP, and Austrian GP. Marquez explained that a difference of just 0.2 seconds per lap, which can be caused by confidence, can have a huge impact in a highly competitive MotoGP race. That's enough to get us on the podium or finish 8th, Marquez concluded. Pecco showed that he has the speed. He just needs to rediscover his confidence. Bagnaia's transition from a dominant rider to one plagued by doubt is something Marquez experienced when he moved to Ducati. Marquez admitted that last year, his main focus wasn't on results, but rather on regaining his confidence on the new bike. When we're in those moments, we doubt ourselves, he said. Thus, Marquez saw that Bagnaia was in the same transition period, where he was not only struggling with his bike, but also with doubts within himself, a mental battle that was invisible but very decisive on the track. However, Marquez also reminded that Bagnaia's problems shouldn't overshadow his overall achievements. With Bagnaia still in 3rd place in the standings, it's clear evidence of his remaining speed. Marquez emphasized that in sport, while the last race always counts, it's important to look at the bigger picture. We also have to consider everything Bagnaia has done with Ducati, he concluded. This statement demonstrates Marquez's support and understanding, while also providing a broader perspective on Bagnaia's situation, beyond his recent poor results.